And I want to kind of leave this video off with a story of a warning of what it looks like to claim to follow God, but not have a relationship with God. And this story is one of the most tragic stories, I feel like, in the Bible. It's a story from the book of Judges in the Old Testament. And one of the last judges, not the last, but one of the last judges was a judge called Jephthah. I think I'm saying his name right, Jephthah. But it's a very tragic, sad story of what it looks like when you claim to follow God, but you don't have a relationship and you don't know Him. You don't know Him and you don't follow His commands. This was a time when, again, Israel was not following God. They were following false gods. And Jephthah went to fight in a battle against one of Israel's enemies. And he told God, God, if you give me what I want, I will sacrifice the first thing that steps out of my house to you, which is very foolish and automatically sets it up for human sacrifice, because what's going to be in your house, right? You know, they had animals in their house, but there was also people in their house, right? And human sacrifice, according to God's law, was punishable by death. God is very against human sacrifice. But Jephthah made that really foolish vow. And because it was in God's will for Israel to win the battle, not because of anything Jephthah said or what kind of deal he made with God, there's no bargaining with God. Because it was in God's will, Israel won the battle. So Jephthah stood true to his side of the deal. The first thing that came out of his house, he sacrificed to God. And what's tragic is it was his one and only daughter. She came out of the house, and Jephthah sacrificed her to God. It wasn't something that God wanted. If Jephthah had a relationship with God, this whole situation would have been avoided. And if he had read the scriptures that they had at the time, the Torah, the books of the law, if he had just known those stories, he would have known that, one, God was 100% against human sacrifice, and that wasn't what he wanted. Two, even though Jephthah made a vow with God, because it was a foolish vow, there was a way out of it in the books of the law. There is an example of a loophole and a way you can get out of making a foolish vow. But because he didn't have a relationship with God, he didn't know God, he didn't understand God, he didn't realize that God was willing to give him the victory for free. And instead, Jephthah, through his own actions, caused a tragedy. And this is a warning to people. We need to have a relationship with God, not just for ourselves, but for those around us. We're supposed to set an example.